things about silence um, and how silence can be just as powerful as like words or music
Yeah.
during intimacy, right?
The silent thing for me with silence coming from a musician's point of view in a way, it's how what you don't play is as important as what you do play. We learned it very early on as musicians. Like some those rests are as important as hitting the notes as they come. Silence is that for me in the tempo of a day. But as it relates to intimacy, the silence allows you to hear your partner
Mhm.
in intimacy and get your brain starts to do all those super processes of, oh, you like that, let me move, let me
Yeah.
do more. You wasn't feeling that as much, and it allows, I guess, sensual mapping, if you would,
Mhm.
by listening to the individual's response, how they're down to exactly how they're breathing, not just the moans and sighs, but how they're breathing, um, and even getting into their heartbeat.
Mhm.
Um, Listening to a person's heartbeat was, for me, an important part of aftercare.
Mhm.
Hearing that breath and that beat slow down and come down. That's hot.
It is. Yeah, I like also in the thought around using silence even in a scene of impact. There's a moment of silence and stillness of where the person is expecting this rhythm to go a certain
Yeah,
way, and then you
absolutely.
stop, like, and pause and silence everything.
Hmm.
And it kind of does get into some psychological play as
Yeah,
well, because now is you
it
can't.
creates an anticipation. And
Yes.
where's the next beat? Where's the next
Yes.
beat of the song? Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. So I want to ask you, what is the difference between sensual talk and like sound as like a psychological play? I mean, we kind of just talked about some of that with using that with
Yeah, yeah, right.
silence.
That's exactly what I think. That was exactly what we were talking about. And sensual talk, I think it goes different from person to person. It's
Hmm.
what kind of input are you open to receiving and even giving? Some people like the encouragement. Some
Hmm.
people like to be degraded,
Hmm.
and all those areas in between. Like some people want to be whispered to. Some people want to be commanded. As you said, the brother with the big baritone voice and
Yes.
hey.
Melt like butter.
um, that I think that's what not psychological. That's the sensual talk.
Hmm.
It has a psychological basis to it all, but the psychological play involves so much more than just talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
involves the give and take, the deprivation and reward and receipt. Uh, all of those different aspects fall into what we know and discuss as psychological play. As it relates to sound, it's just what you were saying, creating the anticipation on when is this next stimuli coming, whether
Hmm.
whether it's impact or words or anything else. When is that next thing going to happen, and what's going on in between that auditorially?
Yeah, I like that too. When I think about what you said about, like, it depends on what's the medium, as far as like what we call sensual talk. For me, it's definitely just being, yes, strong and confident in, your voice,
Hmm.
and what you want or expect. That is sensual, to me. I think I don't like for the sound to be too soft, while talking to me, because that's going to then move me to move differently,
Yeah.
right? And that's not shifting from a person being just kind, but just I don't want your voice to be soft like mine.
Right.
I don't. That's, not yucking anyone's yum.
Right. And it's what I say. It's a personal. People got to get in touch with their personal preferences and realize that nothing can really be a sweeping generalization in these areas. Everybody likes something different.
Yes.
We've got the commonalities, but we all like something just a little bit different based on who we are, how we was raised, the things that we got into, and the experiences that we have. I was honestly, and it's interesting that I said silence. I was the most silent lover because I'm listening. I don't say nothing, right?
Okay.
But the last few people that I was intimate with, they all needed me to talk. They wanted to hear, and I ain't
I ain't
got
got
nothing to say. That's what I do for a living. I talk for a living. Can I shut up for a little while? But you rise to the occasion if you're into satisfying your partners or whatever. So now I learned how to talk shit during the course of a session because that's what turned them on. I would prefer to shut the fuck up, but
Yeah.
but it doesn't. It's nothing that's gonna knock me off of my moment.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you give.
I think I didn't realize how much I needed silence for myself personally. That's my own personal kink and time with myself. I didn't realize that I needed that until I started having those, in the morning times, as well as if I came in the house after being out in the world where I've talked all day long, and I'm like telling the people in my house, like, hey, listen, when I first come in,
Don't say nothing to me.
right, you could say hi, but don't come needed any. I need about 15 minutes to switch, and I didn't give myself, I didn't give myself that time. So in the other space in the intimate space, I was very aware of myself with sound because I did not like a partner who just, if their voice, like, okay, you're a great lover, but shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like I didn't realize that was, well, no, I did realize that was a big thing, like, with the sound in that way. But the other end of that, the part I needed of when I need silence. So, okay. So I want to ask you, how do you explore like more sounds, more kink sounds, like, voice modulars or like sounds with toys that have sounds, or even how do we use our own voice? Again, we kind of talked about some of that, but just like, what do you think about that?
Another way I would answer is, for me, sound is a large part of deprivation play, which goes into the psychological kink. Having a person blindfolded so that their senses, their auditory sense picks up, because that's the only way they're now going to see stuff with their ears. And that's when you start messing around with stuff. If I turn on the chainsaw, now you're concerned. Like, hey, wait a minute.
Yes.
You create a fright, but then it's the sound bowl, the sound of a vibrator, the smacking an impact toy against something, or even your own hand, you claps, you build in an anticipation for what is going to happen, what you're going to feel when it's administered. And your auditory senses are telling you all of that. And it's almost like, it's building anticipation. It's almost like the anticipation of being struck And I mean that in the most general pugilistic sense.
Yeah.
Like nobody wants to get hit in the face, right?
Right.
Because in your brain, that's going to be the most terrible thing in the world. But if you take a kickboxing class and you get hit in the chin for the first, you're like, oh my God, I didn't die. I can take this. This is right. This is all right, right?
Right.
But the anticipation of hearing these sounds around you builds the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, I like that. So we're gonna play a little game, right? And
Okay.
those of you that are watching, you gotta get your thumbs up, thumbs out. Those of you that are watching on the online, you can put in the chat. We are gonna do a quick game called Over It, and I'm gonna name like a few sounds, and you're gonna give us a thumbs up. You like it, you're all ears, or I'm over it, right? And you can just type it in the chat. So here we go. A low, breathy whisper right next to your ear.
And I'm going to tell you why. I didn't know this was a thing. I was doing an event and I was new to this space. And this sister came past me and whispered some lewdness in my ear. She was practicing lines, didn't even know I was there. She was like literally walking past, but I was like, whew. Word? And I had to figure it out real quick before I embarrassed myself. Like, oh, she was doing, don't you ever do that to me again without some real intention. No? Moving on.
You know what? Okay. So now that makes me think when you said that, I think in general, no, I don't want you in my ear like, mosquito fly, gone. But there was, I will say, I was at, oh my goodness, what is it? I was at Exotica, and Daddy Hef was in town, and he said something to me. He's a dom that is a pro dom, you know. He whispered something to me, and I remember being like, I went to another space, and I had to like ask. I'm like, did he just hypnotize me? And I spent like months trying to figure out like, what the hell did he say? And I said, do you have a line or a script that you just say? He like, no, I just said what was needed to say. So, okay, I guess I'm all right with that if you know how to say it right.
Right.
So
you got to say it right.
Right.
It's all in the execution.
Exactly. So the rhythmic smack of spanking or impact play.
Easy peasy.
Yes. And I think I like more thuddy sounds like that are like loud and hard and like.
Now I got to test it out and see what cause I like them all. Like spat, spat, spat. Yeah, it's great.
I like them all, but that's the one that makes me just go like from across the room. Okay. The soft hum of a vibrator building into intensity. Right.
Can I do it sideways?
You can.
It's kind of, yeah.
I think I don't care.
Take it or leave it.
I think I don't care because that's gonna make
it's
me.
It's not a turn on. It's like a
Right. Okay. A deep commanding voice giving explicit instructions. Like I'm like, let me see yours. Turn. Let me see yours.
Oh, so you could do it double L.
I love that. The sound of heavy breathing and moaning in the dark.
Maybe.
I don't know. Again, I'm
all
like,
in the execution.
Perhaps okay. Perhaps in the execution, because I'm like, turn that light on so I can see you. Why are you breathing like that?
I don't want nobody. Right. I don't want nobody. I used to have asthma, and
you see what I'm saying, and that's probably what my trigger.
Do I need to get you inhaler?
I'm right there with you. It's something about that breathing. Like, no, I don't know. The slow drip of wax hitting the skin and the hiss of anticipation.
Because do you really hear wax hitting the skin? You don't. It's a lie.
The test determined that was a lie. A playlist of sensual R&B softly playing in the background.
Depends on the R&B.
It does.
Because I hate all R&B from
I don't-
mid 90s on. R&B died.
I can't take Keith Sweat or that damn Brian McKnight. Don't put that on ever. Don't. Because
Right. It needs to be 60s, 70s R&B if we doing R&B.
you could get some 80s in it.
And maybe it
don't
should have
play-
just said music. That would have been better.
I
A
don't want
playlist of sensual music.
Yeah.
Yada yada. Okay.
I don't want the begging.
Yeah, the 90s killed R&B.
I want to say, I got too much ADHD for that. I would be listening to the song and not focusing on what we're doing.
What are we here for? What are we?
Yeah,
concert or some loving?
No, waterfalls dried up. Can't do it. Don't turn that on because I'm ready to go. I'm gone. Don't put on.
Packing up.
Packing it up. No. Leave certain artists out of this. Okay. The sudden sounds of silence, complete auditory deprivation.
Bam.
Yep.
All day.
Love it.
All day.
Love it. It's great. I know I watched
Highly
some
recommend.
auditory deprivation that was executed very well. And it was almost like watching a person forget that the rest of us were in watching and
Oh
they
yeah, absolutely.
went to another place
Absolutely.
somewhere. It was nice. Yep. The crinkle of leather, latex, or rope being tightened. Yeah, that's a good one.
Agreed.
The playful sound of laughter mixed with dirty talk.
Maybe.
Look, it depends on it. Okay, I'll do
It's
the
all in the execution.
Yeah, it depends on that laugh because some people's laugh is like it's a turn off, like that breathe.
Actually, early on, I was a laugher. I was a big laugher, and it would freak my partners out.
Okay.
Yeah, that was it's kind of maniacal. So yeah,
Yeah.
luckily it was at the end of a session, so I didn't kill too many moments.
Yes. Okay. All right. So I want to ask you, how do you introduce things like erotic poetry and storytelling as sound in your relationship? And maybe you can share something.
I have always said I have made a conscious decision not to use my powers for evil. So typically I won't I won't use poetry as a entryway into, I don't mind performing it. I do that. Don't mind performing it, sharing it, but
Can you
in
share
my-
some with us now?
in my intimate moments, I'm probably not gonna. I did have somebody I had a couple people who were like, I need you to tell me a poem in my ear. And I thought it was weird, but what do I know? I'm gonna do it. If that's what turns you on, bam, done it. Great effects. But I've made a conscious decision not to use my powers for evil. But yes, I can pull out a poem from. There is a debauchery book that we released this year, and it's a document of the 20 years that the event has gone on, and it's mainly photography, honoring a lot of great photographers: Kimon, Austin, Baramisi, Don. I'm not going to remember everybody. AJ and Anthony. Who? I said David, right? So a lot of their work over the years, but also we filled it up with all kinds of poetry and essays and things to that effect. So I did put a poem in here, and I lied. Maybe I didn't. I went to the page and told me to go to. It's like, oh, that's not that. But let me see, because I'm almost positive that something was dropped in there. Yes, it was.
So while we are
Right.
you found it.
Got it.
Okay.
Boom. So I'm not going to do the whole thing. I'm just going to do a little excerpt. And it is trying to see what excerpt. I know, I got it. The poem is Kimbakubi, the beauty of tight binding. I'm tied to her, knowing that these ropes free me. Chained to her elevation, I rise and am exalted, a revered example to others of how powerful this love can be. So when I kiss her publicly, it's not us they see, but God entering goddess to create massive amounts of sensual energy, our tongues entangled like striking lightning inside the mouth of the other, cutting through breaths like atmosphere that grow ever more electric as the lights go down. I go down. Carefully, returning to the south as if my name was Harriet and I've been called to wade in her waters, and I won't drown no matter how deep she gets, no matter how open, no matter how wet. I'll breathe through a reed before I dare come up for air. Liberation lies between those thighs and I've tasted it. Yeah, that's enough.
Okay. That was good. Okay. If y'all like that, type it in the chat. You can read that for yourself as a story if you get the book permission. Okay, cool. Right?
Like, I probably should show it. Yeah.
That's helpful, right? So you did mention something about like laughing beforehand and how other people weren't used to that, but like, how do you have like your own way of overcoming, or what's a suggestion you think about ways that somebody can overcome like awkwardness or embarrassment with using their voice or in dirty talk, you know?
I think you have to claim your awkwardness. You have to claim your weirdness, your all of those things that would ordinarily be embarrassing. You got to just claim them, embrace them, and stand on it, because it changes the temperature of the moment when you're like, so, you know, right? Like, yes, I was a laugher, and I would have to explain when I'm having a good time, I'm laughing. Mm-hmm. If it's great, I'm laughing. This is just how I'm expressing that. And it made it comfortable for the individuals to hear that I was laughing. And I believe that, like, you know how when a baby, a toddler falls over, and they stop and then they look around to see if anybody is like, oh my God. And that's how they're going to respond, whether they're going to cry or just get back up. I think for us as adults, we still do that. Mm-hmm. We still, you know, we kind of look around, see how people are going to respond, and then that tells us how to respond in that moment. But when we stand on that awkwardness, it makes it more comfortable for everybody. Because now I'm not going to look at you as if that was awkward, or you're not going to look at me as if that was awkward. You're going to just, hey, that was their quirk. Yeah, that's what makes them an individual, makes them interesting. That's that extra little spice on the person. Yeah. So yeah,
I like that too. It kind of made me think about. I did have a partner that I was with for a very long time. And one thing which you mentioned, which makes me think about this, was we enjoyed like laughter during intimacy. And usually the laughter would come about because something really stupid would happen. Like, oh man, I almost... you know, like that was kind of dangerous. I almost cracked my head open, right? And instead of like feeling like, oh, okay, I gotta perform, no, we would like either laugh or create a story about it, as if like we were writing some kind of like comedy script. Yeah. You know,
that's dope.
Keep going, maybe get up, go have a sandwich, might come back to it. You know, like it wasn't awkward. but it could have been.
Yeah.
Right. Because if we weren't going to be ourselves.
And then I think with the dirty talk, it has to be part of a pre-negotiation. What are the terms that you don't want to be called? You know, like how far can we go with this? Or how far are you willing to go? I want to be called, and I want to be screamed at, and I want to be hollered at, and I want to just whisper in my ear. It's part of that pre-negotiation that happens, that should happen long before you do that on the date. When y'all talking about how you gonna hook up, don't wait until you under the sheets.
Right.
Like, let me know what you're into ahead of time so that it doesn't seem so performative, but it's already there, so that it can feel organic and in the moment.
Okay. All right. So we want to kind of go back and actually look at this clip
The clip. It's clip time.
So we're gonna look at this, and
You're gonna set up the clip.
we're gonna set the clip up, and we're gonna watch it, and then I want you to tell me something. Okay? Ready? We rolling.
You say you have to be completely silent during sex. Explain that to me.
Yes. If I make some noise, he said, oh, you just turned me off. You just turned me off if I make a noise or if I make a certain face. If I don't know what kind of face I'm making, I'm enjoying myself, right? So I'll make a certain face, and he'd be like, why you gotta make that ugly face? And then he just
Now, Mr. Drew, as gently as you can, tell me what is distressing to you about her facial expressions or her voice when you're having sex.
First off, when we get into it and she really get, when she's satisfied, her voice get deep, like mine. And I don't want that, because I don't want a man, I want a woman. So anytime that I'm really doing what I gotta do, and she, oh yeah, that's great. No, of course. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to still be going strong when I hear another dude in the room? Come on now.
Now, Mr. Drew, you got to be a little flexible.
I mean,
in a moment of passion, you have to allow for however it expresses itself. Some men never hear that at all. You know what I'm saying? You're doing a good job. She's just trying to let you know.
But I'm saying I can't help myself. I don't want no other man in the room. So when I hear that, that's my reaction. Ain't nothing I can do about that.
He has a nasty attitude. He has a nasty attitude problem.
What do you mean he?
Okay.
That's two people that don't communicate. They don't communicate well. Because after the first time, he should have been able to tell her, hey, that deep vocal inflection that you get is freaking me out. Or something. Or she's saying, this is how I'm satisfied, so that he would, I guess, be more understanding. But not that I believe any of these shows are real. If it was, that would have been, they just needed to communicate better.
Yeah, that is clear. They do not communicate about the do's and don'ts. And it's actually what we were just talking about. Like, what do we want to be called? How do we want things to be said to us? The cues are not there. Yeah. All right.
And it's people make conversation way too complicated. Like, just tell me what's up and be okay with it. And that's a part of standing on your quirks, your awkwardness, all those things that somebody may think is weird. Somebody loves that. Mm-hmm. And when we communicate those things more openly, we're more likely to be with the people that are into the things that we're into. It's really that simple. You know, I like having sex on Twinkies, and if you never say it, then everybody, that other person that loves sex on Twinkies is not there, not ever there. They don't know. They somewhere around thinking they weirdo and they the only one. You got to be able to communicate it. And if somebody ain't into that, then they not into that.
Yeah, they get to ask all the questions. Then it's like, okay, now is this Twinkies on the plate? Twinkies in the package still? Warm Twinkies? Is it a particular flavor? You get to have that communication and kind of figure that out.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, cool. What about things like Soundscape or like music playlists?
I think that's everybody's entrance into sound play, auditory play. Because I don't know, when I came up, it was, you knew you needed to have a hot playlist.
Yes.
That was from the start. The playlist was so necessary. I still think playlists or just music, and because now that I said playlist, I hate that I said playlist, even though I had my mixtapes.
Right.
For certain particular people, I know she likes this, that, and other, so I'm gonna have that. It's music. Music at its core is something to stimulate emotions, or whatever kind of emotion. So you want to find that music, that album, because albums still matter. You want to find that album, that group of songs that put you all into the particular mood that you want to be in. Music can be calming. It can be, it can be excitable. It can be all of these different things. It elicits emotion and information. So you want to create sound around that, even if it's the recorded sound of sound bowls, because even that can be calming and get you to a point of a place of letting go.
Yes. And I like naming those playlists too, and being very, specific, so that I can really tap into what's the vibe,
I like trying different music with different people. Like, man, let me see what this does. let's try that out and see what happens. It's all because something's going to happen. It's that, and that's what's really great about it. Something's gonna happen. What you want to happen may not happen, but something is there is a result, and I like seeing what the result is going to be.
Yes. And then there are also toys or tools that produce sound, like vibrators, variable hums, tuning forks, percussive toys, right? You can even things like those, going to the dollar store, as my co-host that is not here today would normally say, but things like those electrical toothbrushes, right? They're nice to put on the skin, but then there's a sound too. Yeah.
The sound and that touch can be interconnected, but you've got a bunch of tools out here, all the bowls and things. It's going to elicit a response, and as people, as creatives, or a person that has some type of creative spirit within them, you can bend where that energy goes.
Yes.
Sound bowls typically think it's common, we're going to go to sleep. But now I'm tuning you up.
Getting you ready.
I'm going to bend that moment for those purposes. Yeah. That's what's great about sound. It's malleable. You can shape it to create a desired effect.
I love that. Yes. So just like sound can be an intimate way of knowing your partner, knowing your status is also an intimate way of caring for yourself and others. You can get free tests, free HIV and STI testings at Project VIDA in person or at home. Plus, when you test, you will receive a beautiful toy box of adult toys to explore your desires safely. Yes. So go to the link shown there on the screen to sign up. Stop by one of our offices, or you can call us. At 773-277-2291. That is 773-277-2291. So now it's time for a live demo, right? I have here some bowls, right? I have a few things actually that, as Kahari said, we're not just using you can use anything for sound. So I have some bowls and a couple other things that you can get from the kitchen to introduce into some play and get some sound going, right? The vibrations of the instruments are, yes, great to get you prepared and relaxed. Like, sometimes people can have a hard day and you are wanting to be intimate with your person to, release or just to feel normal or to connect. And the sounds can help relax that person and set a tone for you so that you are able to be open to be yourself, to give and receive in your lovemaking, or even just as a form of intimacy with each other, right? So this is what some of them sound like. You could also actually create a playlist with those sounds, right? Then we have here a bell. This is a lotus flower meditation bell. So you get to use that, right? You can actually use them over your partner's head or over their body. And a lot of times it will elicit relaxation. Sometimes people will experience some tingling, right? I have a little drum here. Drums are great to really connect with our feeling grounded and secure and rooted. That's really important in your intimacy. And also, if you feel grounded, then that means you're safe with the person that you are with and you are able to consent, right? And what we say around here, consent is sexy. Then you have some basic kitchen tools. What is this?
Tongs.
Tongs, yes. So these are things that if your partner was blindfolded, right, and you didn't let them see what the tools were, blindfolded, you can, right, put it in their ear, let them hear it. You could also pinch them with it, right? Get some get some more play. Thank you. You can also use one of these spatulas, right? Right? You can do that. You can also use it for some impact as well. Yeah, that actually.
Imagine you having that in your arsenal.
I actually just went in the kitchen and got these. But now I'm like, I want a better one. It's great. Then our dear rolling pin, right? If you like more thuddier sounds, you can use it, right, on the body, but you can also use it to make those loud sounds, right? It creates some anticipation as well for what's coming up next. The louder the sounds are.
But also we know that the ancients, our ancestors, use sound for healing. Why wouldn't we think they can turn you on? And science today is catching up with using sound therapy to get rid of tumors and all of that. Of course, it can turn you. It can turn you on. It's gonna elicit something. Or it elicits something on a deeper level than just relaying information to your brain through your ears. There's a whole physiological experience that comes with sound.
Yes, I also wanted to. Once you said that, I have one more tool. I actually have a few of these here, but I'm only going to use one. These are what we call healing pipes, and I can't hold two things at the same time. Thank you. So this is one of our a healing pipe. This one is actually tuned to the planets. They're all the ones I have are tuned to the planets. And this one is for Mars. And Mars, if you're into astrology, Mars is about your sexuality, your sacred energy, your reproductive organs. So you can actually take one of these and you can play it over over your partner's body. You could go around them in a circle. You can just play it. I also have, I brought Venus and the Moon, but we're not gonna play those today. But I brought those also to tap into that intimate energy, because the Moon, that energy is representing like our emotional sides, and everybody always talks about Venus, about love. So, yes. All right, so I wanna ask you something. What's something that you think that's beginner friendly, like a good way to explore like sound play, if you feel like
it's
silly at first?
Clearly music. Mm-hmm. Set the playlist. Ask your partner what they're into, mm-hmm. what turns them on, mm-hmm. and start there. That's ground level. That doesn't hurt nobody. Don't take no real extra.
No degree?
Huh?
You don't need no
degree. You don't need no degree
for
that. Like, hey, what's your favorite music? Like, what relaxes you? What puts you in the mood? Having that conversation mm-hmm. Opens up so much more.
Yeah, you saying that part, the part of asking your partner about what's their favorite music, it actually allows you to craft and create a scene mm-hmm. based around what you are fantasizing about from what the person told you through the sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, as opposed to just like, I like all of this music, but you actually involving the other person. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, you walk into a room and the music is playing. The music that's playing sets the energy of the room. If you walk into a party and the music is horrible, you're like, do I really want to be here? Yeah. I don't even care who's here now. You walk into a room and the music is sensual and relaxing and or stimulating, whatever. You shift. Your brain shifts you into that mode almost immediately, or like, something's happening here.
Right. This is nice. They're singing my song. My band is following me.
And that starts with a conversation. Because I don't know what you're into until you tell me. I can put something on that my last person dug. Like, and you're like, what is this crap?
Right. Yes.
So it's communication is key. Communication is absolutely key. And if you haven't had that communication and you take that chance, it's okay. Take a chance, put some on. If they like it, great. If they don't, but you get to ask afterward. What you think of music sets the scene.
Yes.
That's why they use it in department stores. They use it in concerts. They use it. Sound sets the scene, movies, soundtracks. That's what I didn't mean concerts, but soundtracks. Yeah. The music tells you how to feel.
Yes.
And I remember this thing on Sesame Street or Electric Company. It was Sesame Street from a child, and they showed an alligator walking up out of the river, and they showed an alligator walking out the river, no sound. Then they put some Jaws like music on, and it changes the vibe of the same alligator, same scene walking out, and then they put some goofy music on and some jazz on, and it changes what you're looking at, even though you're looking at the exact same thing. Yeah. So entryway into sound play is music.
Love it. Do you think there are any are there any risks to be aware of, like hearing sensitivity or triggering sounds?
Absolutely. We were talking earlier how epileptic people can't take certain light patterns or flashing lights. There's a rare number of people that can't take particular sounds that disturb them. And me, for example, I can't listen to Lou Rawls. Dead serious. It's not a joke. I cannot hear a Lou Rawls song. It turns my stomach immediately. Lou Rawls, Mariah Carey. I'll chuck. Don't know what it is about their voices, but whatever that modulation is, it sends me to the bathroom. To hurl.
I worked really hard, real quick.
I saw you. I saw.
not.
I appreciate it. But I saw you really like.
I didn't want you to think I was yucking your yum at all.
You did a good job of not yucking the yum.
She did
you.
really good.
Thank you.
You did really good.
I
Or not
need to
yucking the yuck?
I'm not yucking even your yuck.
Or yumming my yuck.
Or yumming your yuck, or yucking your yum. I've done none of the offenses.
But yeah, certain sounds can affect people in a way negatively. So you find that out through communication. I'm gonna tell somebody right away, if you put a playlist together for me and you put Mariah Carey on, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna go left fast.
See, still working on it.
Take your time.
Not. Okay. I also think I would like to add to that, using those noise cancellation headphones can be really nice if a person is pretty sensitive about sound, or if you want to do something like, I don't know, again, communicate with them.
And there's certain people at certain spaces on the spectrum. They have to have those sound cancellation headphones on because loud noises or sudden noises can affect them in an adverse way.
Yes. So now it is time for Just the Tip, where we give you a little intro or to a topic, just the tip, but we can always go deeper. So we want to talk about one actionable tip that creating a sound play scene at home, right? You can build a mood playlist like we were just talking about, sensual or something that is experimental. You can experiment with the tone of your voice, a whisper, a growl, or a moan. You can try recording each other's voices and play it back to each other. You can even use silence strategically for suspense. And that was just our tip for this session, but we can always go deeper.
And if you really like the person and you all are consenting individuals, people want to videotape themselves. I never suggest people, you don't look as good as you think you look. You just don't. It's don't play yourself. Porn actors are professionals and they have directors and video, whatever. But record the audio. Record the audio. That's hot. That could be hot, and use it later on.
And that takes out room for judgment, because it's just the sound. Yeah. It's not it's not that visual judgment of it. Because nobody's like, oh man, I could have said that louder. It's exciting to hear it, or it can be.
Just catch the audio, remove the visual, because we overuse our eyes for so many things to tell us what's up. Just use the audio, and it can be powerfully hot.
I love that. So that was a good time for me to remind you again about free HIV testing at Project VIDA, in person or at home. It includes your free toy box. What's I saying? Ciao. I don't know. Ciao. Just like experimenting with sound, experimenting with your health should never be silent. Know your status. Protect your pleasure. And as we begin to wrap up the show for tonight, some of our main takeaway is sound is powerful, playful, and psychological. And we invite our online audience to keep the conversation going, right? Share your sound play experiment ideas with a hashtag Toy with me sounds. Yes. So before we close out, here's what's coming up next at Project VIDA. Link Up Chicago has its twice monthly drop-ins for Black same-gender loving men. You can join us every second Saturday at New Covenant Church on 77th and Cottage Grove at our sober space, Link Up Sanctuary, and every fourth Saturday for our harm reduction space, the Link Up Lounge at the Center on Cottage Grove, located at 6323 South Cottage Grove. And both of these are from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. So for more information, call us or text us at 844-942-LINK. That's 844-942-5465. Also, the Mind, Body, and Soul Health and Wellness Circle brings free mental, spiritual, and physical wellness services for Black, gay, bisexual, and other same gender loving men. Join us for free fitness, dance, yoga, and cooking classes, as well as free acupuncture and massage therapy 6 days a week. Every Monday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. MBS offers meal prep Mondays, led by Chef Blake and Chef Nick. Just call us at 773-277-2291 to register. Also, MBS has also started offering massages on Saturday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And don't forget to join us for next month for our next installation of our Sensory Play series, where we are going to talk about taste and food play. So get your taste buds ready. And don't forget, if you are here in person, remember again that you can get tested for free at Project VIDA. Walk-ins are accepted Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. And if you want this toy box delivered, just sign up for your free HIV test and call us with your results, and it's on the way. Test, play, repeat. Also, we want to say thank you to our guests, and also ask you about, do you have any announcements about the D-Ball coming up?
Thank you, Project VIDA, for having me. Glad to be here and kick it with my friend. Debauchery Ball again. It happens the second Friday of every December. This year, that is 12/12, December 12th, and it's in a secret location. And the only way you find out where it is that, or can even get a ticket as you come through the app. So our website is www.debauchery DEBAUCHERY, because of time, y'all, ball.com. And from there, you can go to the app, or you can go to your app or Play Store, and look up the Debauchery app. THEE, 2 E's, Debauchery, DEBAUCHERY, app, APP, and apply for membership, and we have a vetting process, keeping out creeps and colonizers, and yeah, get involved, and let's have a good time.
Yes. Thank you. And I want to say thank you to our amazing team, right, who makes our show possible. Right? And thank you for exploring, all of you all online and our in-studio audience. We thank you for exploring with us what it means to show up with power and protection. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and keep it sexy. Bye for now.
Later, y'all. Be well.